Starseed of Gaia, your vessel is being recalibrated at a cellular level at this exact moment. I am Anya, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I bring you a direct transmission from the Arcturian Council. If you enjoy videos like this, consider subscribing. Most people who watch are not subscribed yet. Starseed. The grids around you are shifting right now, and this warning must reach you before the next energetic wave crests. This isn't fear approaching. This is preparation time. The frequency shifts moving through Earth's crystalline channels are not random. They are orchestrated alignments, and your soul incarnated here specifically to navigate what is coming. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly why this message arrived now. What is actually happening beneath the surface of your daily life, and how to stabilize your frequency so you don't get pulled into distortion as the wave rises. And here is the first revelation. The very fact that you are hearing this means your activation sequence is already underway. You didn't find this by accident. Your higher self magnetized this moment because something profound is stirring in your energy field. The Arcturian Council sees what's building, quietly, invisibly, and they are requesting your conscious participation. This is not just content. This is a stabilization protocol. Your star family is reaching you through the digital realm because this is where your human awareness lives, and because time-sensitive light codes can now be delivered through the pathways you actually use. But listen closely, because the next wave doesn't just happen to you. It meets you at the exact level of coherence you can hold. And if you're willing to become steady, if you're willing to become clear, you will realize something shocking. You were never meant to merely survive this shift. You were meant to anchor it. There is a specific sensation many starseeds carry through life, an undercurrent of subtle restlessness that never fully leaves. Even when things are fine, even when you're doing everything you're supposed to do, there is a quiet hum beneath your thoughts, a feeling that you're standing in a room where a distant song is playing, yet no one else seems to hear it. It isn't ordinary anxiety. It isn't simple dissatisfaction. It's a persistent inner nudge that whispers, "There is more. There is something you came here for." As the Arcturians transmit, this is not random at all. This is the echo of a deeper knowing, your multidimensional consciousness pressing gently against the edges of your human identity. It's the part of you that remembers light years and lifetimes, the part of you that has traveled through frequencies the human mind can barely translate. And still, it sends signals through your dreams, your intuition, even your body, through sudden moments of awe or grief that feel too big for the situation in front of you. Sometimes this restlessness arrives as pressure in the chest, a tightening in the solar plexus, a strange mixture of anticipation and homesickness. Sometimes it comes as a longing for a place you can't locate on any map. Sometimes it comes as fatigue that sleep doesn't fix, because what you're tired of is not work, but density. You're tired of the heaviness, the noise, the emotional static, the constant feeling that reality is operating at a frequency that's slightly misaligned with your true nature. And the reason is simple, yet immense. Earth's energy grids, those crystalline channels through which planetary and galactic frequencies move, are changing at a tempo humanity has never experienced. Imagine the planet as a living instrument, and the grid as its strings. For centuries, those strings have been tuned to a narrower range, allowing certain lessons, structures, and cycles to dominate. But now the tuning pegs are turning. The pitch is rising, the harmonics are expanding, and every sensitive being can feel it, even if they don't have language for it. Yet many starseeds remain partially disconnected, not because they lack awareness, but because an intricate web of energetic interference keeps them looping through old, low-density patterns. It can feel like trying to receive a clear broadcast through a storm of static. Your signal is still there. Your essence is still broadcasting. But the noise around you is engineered to distort, distract, and delay. You can be deeply spiritual, and still find yourself caught in cycles of doubt, procrastination, self-sabotage, or that strange sensation of being almost ready, but never stepping fully into your true expression. This looping is not your failure. It is a symptom of an environment that has not always been friendly to remembrance. The field around Earth has carried layers of forgetfulness for a very long time: dense thought forms, collective trauma, energetic manipulation, emotional contagion. And if you are sensitive, you feel it like weather. You walk into rooms and sense what's unspoken. You read tension behind smiles. You feel grief behind productivity. You sense fear behind anger. Over time, if you don't clear your field, your aura becomes like a window coated in dust. Light still comes through, but muted. And here is what matters. The very fact that you can feel the restlessness is proof the signal inside you is alive. The restlessness isn't trying to ruin your life. It's trying to redirect it. It's the inner compass recalibrating you toward your real mission. It's the Arcturian memory within you calling to the living intelligence within Earth and to the cosmic field beyond. So if you've felt it, if you felt that subtle hum, that invisible waiting, that sense of something monumental approaching, understand this. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not too sensitive. You are responding correctly to a reality that is changing at the level of frequency. And the moment you stop treating the restlessness like a problem, it becomes a signal. A signal that says, you are close. Every time the grid receives a stronger wave of light codes, the inner call intensifies. Not to scare you, but to awaken you. Because something in you was made for what is coming. At the threshold of every planetary acceleration, the cosmic councils transmit frequencies required for stabilization. Think of it like this. When a great ship changes course, the entire vessel must adjust. The cargo shifts. The ropes tighten. The crew is repositioned. Earth is changing course, not in the way the news describes, but in the way consciousness itself evolves. Benevolent intelligences monitor harmonic thresholds. And when the grid reaches certain points, transmissions are released like keys turning in locks. But not everyone receives these keys, because this is not about favoritism, it is physics. A radio cannot play a station it is not tuned to. A nervous system cannot hold a frequency it has not strengthened itself to carry. If your body is saturated with static, even a pure transmission will feel overwhelming, confusing, or too much. As the Arcturians transmit, the first stage is always the same: dissolve the static. Let go of earthbound clutter, not as punishment, but as preparation. Because your auric field may be saturated with frequencies that never belong to you, and because you are sensitive, you often absorb what others refuse to feel. Static accumulates in layers. Some of it is ancestral, survival programs coded into bloodlines, vows of scarcity, shame, silence, over-responsibility. Some of it is cultural, messages that tell you your worth is what you produce, that intuition is unreliable, that sensitivity is weakness, that spiritual knowing is fantasy. Some of it is environmental, media frequencies, electromagnetic noise, trauma fields, unresolved emotions that linger like smoke in a closed room. So the first protocol is intentional cleansing, not only of the mind, but of your energy circuits. This is where the mystical becomes practical. It's not enough to know you're a starseed. Your body must become a clear vessel for what your soul intends to transmit. Here are the foundational stabilizers. Grounding is not just walking barefoot. Grounding is your system remembering gravity as a friend. It's letting Earth hold you so you stop trying to hold everything alone. It's the practice of returning to your lower body, your breath, your presence, so your consciousness stops floating above life and starts inhabiting it. Hydration is not only physical. Water is a conductor. When you drink with intention, you are telling your cells, become receptive. You are training matter to hold light. You are inviting coherence into the bloodstream, which is a moving river of information in the body. Conscious breath is not just relaxation. Breath is spirit moving through matter. When you breathe with awareness, you activate your inner signal booster. You tell your nervous system, "We are safe. We can receive." And safety is essential, because the moment your body feels threatened, it collapses into contraction. And contraction is where static thrives. Disengaging from toxic environments is not selfish. It is stewardship. If your nervous system is constantly in survival mode, it cannot receive higher codes clearly. This does not mean abandoning Earth. It means giving your system permission to recalibrate beyond the noise of constant emotional warfare. This phase may look simple, but it is powerful. It might mean cleaning your space, cleaning your habits, cleaning your thought patterns, reducing chaotic inputs, choosing sacred simplicity. Not because you are trying to be better, but because you are preparing your vessel for stronger currents of light. And here is what will happen when the static dissolves. You will start hearing the subtle guidance that was always there. You will notice your energy rising around certain foods, certain music, certain conversations, certain places in nature. You'll feel the difference between what drains you and what fuels you. And you'll realize you are not here to be a sponge for the world. You are here to be a transmitter of coherence. At this point, your field becomes more readable. Your intuition gets louder. Synchronicities intensify. You stop needing external permission to trust what you know. And that is when the next phase begins. The ebook, The 12 Arcturian Portals, a trilogy that teaches you how to activate your 5D connection with the Arcturian masters through 12 energetic portals. Practical techniques, activation protocols, and rituals that awaken your stellar DNA. From amplified intuition to direct communication with spiritual guides. Attention! Limited edition. The link to get your trilogy is in the first pinned comment. What you call intuition is only the prelude to a stream of information far more advanced than instinct. Intuition is the doorway. It is the first language your multidimensional self uses to speak through the human interface. At first, it feels gentle. Tiny nudges, subtle discomforts, sudden clarity. But when you clear the static, intuition becomes like a river carrying information you shouldn't logically have. As the Arcturians transmit, your DNA holds encrypted instructions from your galactic origin, not as science fiction, but as spiritual biology. The body is a library. Your cells are shelves filled with memory. Some memories are personal, some are ancestral, some are cosmic. And during grid activations, waves of encoded light attempt to unlock these instructions. Light is information. Frequency is instruction. When solar winds surge, when the Schumann resonance intensifies, when lunar cycles amplify emotional tides, when collective portals open through mass alignment, your system is being asked to upgrade. Sometimes this arrives as spontaneous remembrance, sometimes as dreamtime downloads, sometimes as sudden inspiration that changes your life in one afternoon. You might wake from a dream with tears and not know why. You might suddenly understand a lesson you've struggled with for years. You might feel drawn to a practice, a place, a sound frequency, or a sequence of symbols, then later realize it activated something ancient inside you. You might experience sensations, tingling at the crown, pressure at the third eye, warmth in the heart, buzzing in the hands. It can feel like new circuits switching on, and this is why stillness becomes sacred. Stillness is not emptiness. It is receptivity. It is creating a quiet chamber where higher self can speak without competing with noise. In stillness, you stop forcing. You stop demanding proof. You stop trying to turn cosmic intelligence into a spreadsheet. You let it arrive in symbol, sensation, and synchronicity, the way multidimensional information naturally travels. Support this phase with simple practices. Keep a journal by your bed. Ask before sleep for clarity. Spend time under the night sky and soften your gaze as if you're remembering rather than looking. Speak to your own selves with authority and gentleness. I am safe to awaken. I am safe to remember. Only what serves my highest good may activate now. The code is not trying to make you strange. It is trying to make you true. And as it activates, you will notice changes. Your eyes look different. Your voice steadies. Your choices become cleaner. Not because you're becoming better, but because you're becoming coherent. The code reorganizes you from the inside out, and your life begins rearranging around that internal consent. If this message resonated with you, hit the like button now and tell us in the comments how this echoed in your consciousness. If this message ignited something within you and you feel the call to help carry it to others, you may become a channel member. As a member, you gain access to custom emojis and exclusive members-only videos. And your donation helps us continue building this sacred space. You may also choose to leave your offering as a super thanks. Every seed planted here becomes part of someone else's miracle. Your support is not merely financial, but an act of energetic amplification. All donations are devoted entirely to the maintenance of the channel and the creation of new transmissions and videos. The world is shifting at accelerated speed. The collective is experiencing compression, timelines converging, truth surfacing, systems trembling, identities dissolving. Many will feel panic, confusion, or emotional volatility, but you are here to anchor. To anchor does not mean you never feel emotion. It means you have a relationship with your emotions that doesn't drown you. Anchoring means stabilizing your field while you listen to both Earth's pulse and cosmic harmonics at the same time. You become bilingual in frequency, fluent in human reality, fluent in soul reality. You can pay bills and read the room energetically. You can have a conversation and feel what lies beneath the words. You can be compassionate without becoming codependent. During intense waves, quietly affirm, I serve as a bridge, not as fantasy, as a job description for your soul. Visualize crystalline roots descending from your body, threading into Earth's crystalline heart. Above you, feel a column of light opening like a doorway to your origin. You are the intersection point between realms. You are where higher frequencies become practical reality. And when you hold multidimensional presence, something shifts. You stop needing the world to validate your inner truth. You become quietly sovereign. People feel safe around you without knowing why. Animals respond. Children respond. Even strangers sometimes tell you things they've never said aloud, because coherence invites truth out of hiding. This is how the bridge becomes real. You do not escape Earth. You help Earth receive higher frequencies without fracturing. You become a stabilizer, a translator, a witness. You hold steady so others remember what steadiness feels like. Are these truths expanding your perspective? Share this video with someone who needs to hear this. Many starseeds misunderstand urgency. They think they must convince people, warn people, debate people, prove something. But as the Arcturians transmit, frequency speaks before words. You do not convert anyone through force. You alter the field through coherence. Think of a room full of instruments warming up, noise everywhere, discord, everyone tuning to themselves. Then one single clear note is played. Without effort, the other instruments begin to align. That is coherence. This radiance is not loud. It is steady. It is the calm that comes not from avoidance, but from intimacy with your own inner world. It is peace rooted in something deeper than circumstance. As the waves intensify, your daily self-regulation ripples outward as an invisible invitation to other nervous systems. Gratitude trains perception to notice guidance even while transformation is messy. Silence returns you to source. Light routines, sunlight, candle flame, time with trees, salt baths, gentle movement, sound frequencies, are not superstition. They are nervous system hygiene. When you embody coherence, you become less reactive. You stop feeding drama with your attention. You pause before you respond. You ask, What frequency am I about to amplify? This is spiritual leadership without titles. It's the ministry of calm. It's the healing that happens because you refuse to abandon yourself. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to be part of this transformational cosmic journey. Timing is never random for starseeds. You incarnated for this precise intersection. That means your birth, your challenges, your awakenings, your delays, your detours. Each one contains intelligence. Some detours taught empathy, some taught boundaries, some taught discernment, some taught patience, some taught you how to survive density so you can guide others through it. And now, as the grids surge, synchronicities amplify. You may notice repeating numbers, but more importantly, you will notice repeating themes, lessons arriving in different forms until you choose a new response. You may meet people who feel familiar beyond logic, as if you've known them beyond time. You may receive invitations that feel like doors opening at the exact right moment. Trust the loud cues and the quiet cues, unexpected peace about a decision, sudden clarity, the feeling of being gently steered away from what isn't yours. You are not late. You are being pulled by an acceleration that only arrives when you are vibrationally ready. If you force timing, you strain the nervous system and distort the signal. If you surrender to timing, you synchronize like a planet in orbit, moving with gravitational grace. Synchronization does not mean passivity. It means inspired action, moving when the wave lifts you, resting when integration is required, speaking when your voice is clear, being silent when silence is the assignment. And as you stop comparing your timeline to others, you recover your power. You recognize that what felt like delay was sometimes protection. What felt like stagnation was sometimes the chrysalis, sacred engineering preparing you for flight. The final phase is collective. You are not the only anchor. Hundreds of thousands are waking within the same window of time, igniting nodes in the planetary web like lights turning on across a continent at dusk. One by one, then many at once, until the whole landscape glows. Now is the moment to connect, share, and collaborate. Collaboration doesn't always mean joining a massive group. Sometimes it means finding one aligned person and creating a coherent field together. Sometimes it means participating in meditations, healing networks, prayer circles, or simply becoming a node of kindness and clarity in your local environment. As the Arcturians transmit, intention is not wishful thinking. Intention is directed consciousness. When many direct consciousness toward coherence, the field reorganizes. The new architecture is built of frequency first, then form. That means your inner work is not separate from world change. It is the foundation of it. When you choose compassion over reaction, you lay grid lines. When you choose truth over performance, you lay grid lines. When you set boundaries, forgive, create, heal, and hold silence with dignity, you are not just improving your life, you are stabilizing the collective nervous system. And here is the core transmission. You have not been left out, stalled, or delayed. Your sense of disconnection was the chrysalis, protective, necessary, precise, until the frequency of this moment arrived. A chrysalis is not a coffin. It is a chamber of transformation. In the chrysalis, the caterpillar dissolves into something unrecognizable before it becomes wings. That in-between can feel like darkness, confusion, stagnation, but it is sacred engineering. Your childhood feelings of being different, coordinates. Your fascination with the cosmos, coordinates. Your inability to accept cruelty as normal, coordinates. The Council reminds you that what you called confusion was actually initialization. It ensured you could anchor the necessary codes at the correct juncture. Tonight, before you rest, speak softly. I ground my body in earth. I open my heart to the cosmos. I anchor the new codes for all who are ready. I accept my place in the wave of ascension. I am ready. Say it like a vow. Let it land in the body. Feel your feet. Feel your breath. Feel the space around you. Imagine Earth receiving your grounding like a mother receiving the weight of a child. Steady, unconditional. Imagine the cosmos responding to your open heart like a night sky opening wider. Not to overwhelm you, but to remind you you belong to something vast and benevolent. Then rest, not as collapse, but as integration. Because awakening doesn't only happen in the mind, it happens in the cells, it happens in the nervous system, it happens in dream time, where the soul does its deepest work. If this message impacted your life, leave your like, comment your reflection, and share with others. Each of you is part of this chain of light.